Hey guys, so I wasn't gonna make a video, but I felt like I think I'm going to. And this is my first response video. Be proud of me. This is in response to the recent drama going on between Onision and MrRepzion about stalkers and crap and whatnot. And yes, I have no life, but it just caught my eye because I'm following both of them and I have both sides of the story, and I just want to say, I want to make a statement to both of them. And I don't know if this is going to get me a bunch of haters or enemies or whatnot, and I'm not trying to start anything with anybody, but this is me calling it like I see it. Especially because my personal experience, I've been through something very similar to what's going on right now in a different way. And I'll tell you what that story is in a minute. But from what I gather, MrRepzion has made a few videos in the past in response to a couple of Onision's videos, and what MrRepzion did was he basically was inserting his own opinion against what Onision was saying, and then in the very recent future, I guess some kind of snail mail letter was sent to Onision's in-laws, and Onision freaked out, accused him of being a stalker, and MrRepzion posted a video refuting this, saying, "No, I did not send snail mail." Basically, that's what I was saying. Firstly, MrRepzion is not stalking you, Onision. His earlier videos were responses with to your opinion, using his opinion. And granted, he was a little bit on the rude side, but come on, this is the internet. It's normal. But he wasn't stalking you, and from what I can see, he hasn't been stalking you, nor has he really been harassing you through his videos either. The most recent video, the 14-minute clip one that I know you've brought up, that wasn't him stalking you so much as it was him refuting your claim, and yeah, you didn't say a name, but we all knew who you were talking about, but he was refuting the claim that you made against him, saying that he wrote the snail mail letter to your in-laws. So, first thing I'm going to say is, he's not stalking you. He was not using his videos to harass you. And, honestly, like, it's an opinion's an opinion. You don't need to get bent out of shape about it, honestly. Secondly, I'm going to say, this is more towards MrRepzion. I understand where you're coming from when you're refuting his claims with your evidence and whatnot, okay? That's a valid thing to do in that situation. You know, you're trying to clear your name. However, what your fan base has been doing with that whole screenshot of the message or whatever, that's completely uncalled for. Look, I know you don't like Onision, and I'm assuming Onision isn't very fond of you. And I understand that you have your opinions and you refute his opinions all the time. And I mean, that's fine. It's like freedom of speech. But to go out of your way, or not even you, but your fans, for them to go out of their way to do that is like, it's not right, okay? That's not right at all. No. I'm sorry. Not cool, okay? And I like you, I think you're a good guy, but I'm sorry, that was just like, basically, that was a dick move. Well, but there was another point I was going to make, and I completely forgot what it was. Oh, okay. With regards to that thing that happened with the whole screenshot and everything, Onision, you've posted several videos over the past several days, basically saying the same message over and over and over again, leave me alone. And I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm not even saying that MrRepzion himself is harassing you. He's not. What I've seen is that it's his fan base doing the majority of it. In terms of that, just like, not even just with him or his fan base, just people in general that do these quote-unquote stalker-like things, though it's not really stalking. It's not cool and it's hurtful, but you reacting to it is what they want. And here's where I'm going to tell you guys, all of you guys, my personal experience. So this is back in high school. I had been homeschooled for years and years and years. I got put back into public school in the 8th grade, so I didn't have any friends. In 9th grade, I started making friends with people. I made friends with a particular group of guys, and they were all really cool, or so I thought. There was one guy in particular, and I won't say his name because, you know, it's illegal. There's this one guy in particular who developed a crush on me, only me personally, I didn't like him that way. And while I felt bad I knew, because I'd made the same mistake before a lot of times, where a guy would like me and I would use that as a reason to go out with him. However, after like a week or so, I would break up with the guy because it's like, well, I didn't like him that way. So with that under my belt, when this kid asked me to go out with him, be his girlfriend, I declined because I told him, like, look, I don't like you that way, you know? And I thought that would be the end of it, but really wasn't. So what happened was, from freshman year, so 9th grade, all the way through, I think, 3/4 of 11th grade. So this is 2.5, almost 3 years of high school. This kid would emotionally manipulate people, to turn them against me. This is like, it's all because I wouldn't go out with him. So it started with, he would do little things, and yeah, they weren't like, well, no, sometimes they were kind of big deals, but sometimes he would do something, and it would irritate the crap out of me. Let me think of an example. Like, for example, he would, like, one day, he hacked into my blog he found out my password and hacked into my blog. And I got mad at him for that because, you know, that's infringing my privacy. Got mad at him because of what he did. And what he did in response is he took that and he twisted it around. And he told all of our mutual friends that I was inexplicably getting mad at him and he didn't do anything wrong. And she's just crazy bipolar. So it reached the point where 95% of my friends, every time me and him had some sort of little tiny spat, they would all be on his side. And it was more than just the whole, oh, she's attacking me. He would go around doing the whole, oh, woe is me, I just want to go out with her. He even pretended to be suicidal for a while to try and pressure me into going out with him. It turned into this thing where he would go around moping and whining and pretending to be crazy, suicidal, because I wouldn't go out with him, and everybody around us would go, oh, come on, why don't you just give him a chance? You know, you're being really mean not giving him a chance. And he literally turned everyone against me. So that went on for years. And towards the end of it, the cops were called once. My mom called the school twice. The second time, she set up a huge meeting with a bunch of teachers. Because it had reached the point where I was afraid to go to school because I was convinced that there was nobody there that would side with me or protect me when I needed it. I was convinced that he could literally do whatever he wanted to me and no one would believe me. So that had happened. And eventually, like, that last meeting kind of died everything down. But there were times in the years after that, the most recent time being back in, was it 2011 maybe, where he would just try and harass me again and again and again. Just little like incidences. And honestly, even to this day, I'm kind of afraid of him. Honestly, last time I saw him in person, I about freaked out and literally hid myself because I didn't want him to see me. But coming back around to where I'm going with this is, once I had gone to college and gotten the self-esteem that I had lost throughout all this shit, I decided, you know what, I'm going to ignore him. I can't, the reason why he was doing all the things he was doing to piss me off, he was doing it to get a reaction out of me because he would take that reaction and he would use it against me. So I ignored him, and eventually he left me alone. And to this day, I haven't seen or heard of him or heard from him since. So basically, Onision, You keep posting these videos about leave you alone, leave you alone, leave you alone. What you need to do is just stop with it. Ignore him. Ignore the fans that are trying to harass you. Stop posting videos about it. Stop Tumblring about it. Stop talking about it. Tell your friends stop talking, or your fans to stop talking about it. Just stop. Just drop it. Ignore it, you know? Because every time they do stuff like sending you fake emails and trying to catch you red-handed or whatever, they're trying to get reactions out of you, because when you react, they attack that further. So if you want this to stop, you need to ignore it. And yeah, it takes a while, but eventually it'll stop, okay? So just drop it, ignore it, just keep doing what you're doing. And MrRepzion, I'm not saying that you're a harasser or a stalker. You're neither of those things. Your videos, your personal videos yourself, those are reactions in which you post your opinion with your points that you're making to refute his opinion. I mean, it's basically you're debating him. That's what I get out of watching your videos. However, the behavior of your fans with sending fake emails purposefully to catch them red-handed and whatnot, I'm sorry, that's completely uncalled for. And I feel like you, as a popular YouTuber, have some kind of responsibility to say, hey guys, okay, look, I mean, it's all good and well to have a friendly debate, but when people start going out of their way to essentially bully somebody, or like, I wouldn't even say victimize, but once you have your fan base going out of their way to basically get Onision in trouble, it's just like, come on, it's not even worth it. So, Onision, ignore everything, whatever, just ignore it, okay? MrRepzion, like, I have no problem with your video responses, because personally, I don't think they're harassing him. But you need to tell your fan base to kind of like, come on, just back off, okay? You guys can debate each other without it getting nasty like this. Honestly, this is the kind of crap that you see in high school drama, and this is the shit I pretty much went through when I was in high school, and let me tell you, it was a pretty traumatic experience for me. And I guarantee you, the friends that were involved can see it. And it's tricky to say that because back then they couldn't, because they were siding with him, the majority of them, but talking with them now, yes, they can agree with me. That was a bunch of bullshit and whatnot. Anyways, this is a very long clip, but that's what I wanted to say. It's like, it's good to have a debate, but once it starts getting nasty, it's just like, it's not even worth it. And it just is like, you can even have fun with a debate, but not when you're doing stuff like this, okay? Anyways, that's what I wanted to say. Onision, just ignore it. Ignore everything about it. He's not stalking you. He himself is not harassing you. His fans are. MrRepzion, please try to tell your fan base to just kind of chill, alright? Yes, you don't like him, but this behavior is really unnecessary. And yeah, so I guess that's all I have to say. And I doubt anyone's going to watch this. I'm not I'm not exactly famous or anything, but I just had to get it off my chest. It was just really bothering me, this whole situation, because this is literally this is, like I said, this is what I went through in high school. It was not fun. Anyways, I still follow both of them. I have my opinions about both of them. I don't hate them or anything, and I think they're all pretty cool, though they each have their kind of like, oh, come on, type situations. Anyways, no, I'm not taking one side or the other. This is me looking for my neutral point. But alright, this is a 14 and change minute clip or whatever. I'm going to go ahead and stop it right here. That's all I had to say. Alright, I will see you around. Deuces.